Hey, good morning, everybody. Day 3. We picked up some supplies. Hopefully, can get the door hung. Also got all of the low voltage boxes and stuff like that. I got 6 of them. We'll see how much we can get done. Main thing I want to do is clean up that area before everybody starts coming in that uses the walkway. Since I left a mess there. I know they said some of the kids can be there to help, but I'm here early. I was so tired yesterday, I went straight to sleep. And because I slept so long, I went to bed at 6. I ended up waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, couldn't get back to sleep. So I just waited until everything opened up, headed out to the store, got over there to Home Depot around like 6. So it's not even 7 o'clock yet. So want to get up here, clean up my mess, finish doing this stuff. I got a drill tap, and I also got some Allen wrenches, so hopefully I can get through there. If not, I'll tap in there. If that doesn't work, we will have to get our own type of screws so that we can do that. So let me find a place so I can get some stuff to clean up my mess, and we go from there. All right, yay, I cleaned up all the stuff. Some of the big chunks obviously wouldn't work. We'll come up here and get a broom, but we're able to get most of this stuff up off the floor. All right, so focus is put the low voltage box on here, finalize this in this position, work on this. Once people start coming in, that's why I want to kind of get out of their way. I have a plate that I need to do a little bit because I couldn't take this out. Really what I wanted to do, instead of putting this right here, I wanted to get behind the emergency exit, but I'm not trying to shut off power and start touching all that stuff. So I'm going to make a little hole in the corner for my plate that's going to go here, because I really didn't want to use this one, because since I ran the cable here, I don't want to have to pull this all over again. So we're just going to put a little hole in the corner and then put that up there. And they have a bunch of other cables here that are exposed. Worst case scenario, paint that, and then when I get up there and put the tile up there, you're not even going to see that. So let's work on doing that. Finally, I remember getting this one originally when I did the review, and the frame that used to hold this in place was plastic, and it used to break when you would put it in place. So they've replaced it with metal. But the issue is that little screw and the tool that they give you, when you put it up against the wall, you can barely turn it because it hits the wall. And you saw me in the time lapse, I don't know, possibly taking this down multiple times because the screw didn't go in place. The top lip wasn't on there. Then undid that. And then undid the screw. It wouldn't come loose from the frame. Ugh, it was a pain. But anyway, what I need to see is this piece. Now the the lock should work. And I have it paired to that camera to see if anybody comes in. So what I want to do is just test this lock here, and I got it right here. So and it says I have a failed internet connection. There it goes. So that would work, and then it locks in place. So I got a bunch of Allen wrenches. Let's see if I can get that in there. If not, hopefully I got the right size tap. I didn't want to bring the screw with me because I thought I was going to forget it. I need to see if the tap will fit, or if I can just get that in there with these Allen wrenches. If we do, we can close that one up and we are done. Now, where did I put them? Well, I put them in, oh, that right down in the bag. Alrighty, so that tap did work, and yay, but one problem. I need to get a little piece of metal, so I just use this as a spacer right now. I need to have like a very thin piece of metal, probably double the width of this, so I can kind of shim this out so that it can actually hit this, because just the edge of this is clipping, so I need this to go further in. And the other problem, which is not anything to do with me, this push bar doesn't even work. So it doesn't do anything. It's not working at all. So I have no idea what in the world. Now I know they do sell some other ones that I could replace this and might need to do that, but that's definitely not going to be this trip. But the good thing is that does work. I just need to push it away just a little bit so that it can engage with that. But ultimately, this needs to be replaced because this does not work. Just like the door downstairs, this will stay unlocked. And I actually need to change that right now. So that way, if it happens, people can actually get in there easily. And I need to change. I'm just going into here right now, and we go to the lock and see it says normally closed. We would change normally. Hold on. That's not right. I don't know why that's backwards. Yeah, so it needs to stay open all the time. So that way, if we close this door and somebody just pushes on it, see, it will go automatically. I don't know if you can see in there. See, that lock doesn't sit flush enough to really give a secure engagement. So like I said, it's like just the lip of that lock is on there. So like I said, ultimately a shim, but better would be a brand new lock. I mean, a brand new push bar that will sit flush on that, and then would need to do that. So I'm gonna leave that in here for right now just so I can show what's going on. We'll keep this door propped, and we're gonna work on something else, but I'm glad we got that done. And then ultimately another lock is going to go on this side, that will go into the sanctuary, and that's straight stone. Y'all can't see that. That's going to be, I mean, the fact I only got to do 2 cables through here, that's not a problem, but the main thing is how to engage, what type of lock could go in place to hold this. If anything, oh, maybe right there, I don't know if y'all can see that, maybe an electric strike could go right in there, and that could hold it in place. Anyway, let's get my tools downstairs and let's go to project number 2. All right, I took a little notch out of there. I actually got to do a little bit more, so I got to go a little bit deeper now. I'll cut that out and then go back up. But what I want to focus on right now is putting the Access Ultra for the front door. And Amy moved the folder, so it's going to go right around here. Want to be careful of the electrical stuff here, and that is very interesting how they did that. But let's mark this off again, make sure there's nothing there, make a pilot hole, check it out, and then go from there. And then come in on the other side. We run a cable up. Well, actually, this cable here that Mike ran, I'm gonna pull this back because that's already going in there. See if I can drop that down to get to here, and then run another. Actually, I'll probably punch through and do the electrical that will go to the magnetic lock that's going to be right there. up there. So let's do that now. So I actually messed up, but we fixed it in the middle of the time lapse. I pulled one cable, security cable for the magnetic lock, but because it's a magnetic lock, when it's engaged, it needs an exit button on that side to disengage the magnet. So I ended up just looping the cable and used that cable as a pull string. This one is going to go to the magnetic lock. The one that's in the spool, I'm going to try and fish over and come down over there so that it can be an exit button right there to disengage the magnet. Really need to see if I can get in that tile. Worst case scenario, I do have a vent left over from when we ran the cables over Amy's office. Might actually just make the hole big enough for that so that I can actually reach over to the cable, because it's open right here. It's just I can't get to right there. So small little push rod, grab that, and then we're good to go. Yo. Hello. All right, folks, so we're down here, and what we need to do is put a camera looking back this way, so that shouldn't be hard. We can pull one of the cables, the extra cables that we did for the phones that are in the ceiling. We can pull that over. There is already an entrance here somewhere, so that's not going to be an issue. I think I'm going to do a bullet camera. That way I can just have a piece of conduit for the cable, or even, actually, I don't even need to do that. I can do one of the tiles, and I can put the turret or one of those and conceal the cable. But anyway, we got there. Inside of here is where we're going to actually put the access point. So let me see real quick. Alrighty, so I am up here, and you know, be able to pull one of the cables here, or I might just pull a new cable. And instead of going all crazy where how everything needs to be down here, I'm actually just gonna boom, pop it right there. And because, or even I could slide it over a little bit over here, but that's gonna give more than enough coverage for the internet here. And here's the push rod that I left. So anyway, we'll drop a cable down, an extra one, wrap it around, put the access point probably as close to here as possible, maybe run it straight, tack it down, maybe put the access point here so it's easy for me to reach, and we go from there. And the concrete dried. I forgot, I should have some more of that around here somewhere. Oh yeah, that's super hard. That ain't coming up. Anyway, I do that. Also get the other ladder, put the security camera on a tile up there, and then we'll be good to go. So finished talking to Vincent, and we're in the maintenance shed. Well, I don't know what you call the room, but we're going to hook up the other switch right here. That will get me access to the hole that's already there and the other locations where I need to go. That will get me into the other side. I hope I need to go a little bit higher, but I can get all my cables in here from there. And that's where we'll put the rack, and then that will make it easier to run all the extra cables that need to go back here. I am going to get the ladder from the youth build, which is similar to the ladder that I have. That will get me high enough for me to do the cabling over there, and then we'll do the access point. So we'll do all of that here, but I'm gonna go ahead and try and run that Ethernet cable down into the floor. I mean, actually, I already got one. Let me see if I can pull one of the cables loose. No. That's the reason why I didn't do that, because I think I zip tied some of the cables that I was running through the pipes. So it's gonna yank a whole bunch of cables. That's the reason why I need to pull a brand new one. So let me do that, get the ladder from them, set that up, and do the tiles, all that other fun stuff, and we go from there. Oh, alright, so we got the rack down here hooked up. All I gotta do now, well, I gotta run some cables to connect to this back to home base. Let's see. I'm also, because this is open, I'm gonna punch through and put a security camera right there, and that will make that easy to get to right there. I personally would like to run a fiber connection here. I don't know if I have any left, and we do have a space for one. So we would have to go up and get over to get over here some way. And man, there is a path. I don't know if they've locked everything. Yeah, they have. I mean, I know there's a connection right here because that's what's going to the hub. What I could do is, that's the door that I gotta finish working on. No, that's the door that's working. This is the door that I have to work on. Need to run a connection to here. I might just run a connection on the floor for right now, just so I can get it connected. If I run that fiber, we'll have a connection here, and I think that's the hole where the camera is. But, and that's actually, this is the size PVC pipe I was looking at putting to bridge between the causeway to bring all the cables into the new media booth. Okay. So I can loop that on that hook right now temporarily to bring that over here. So I need to run a connection for that camera and then hook it up to the network. I'll probably bridge off of that to get that camera back working for right now. When I come back, I need to make a mental note to get another fiber optic cable to run over here. I actually had one, but I cut it because I just didn't need it, but I didn't think I was going to have to add a new stuff like this. But those holes are already in the right place for the type of camera I'm going to put. I just need to run the cable through. Let's bring our Ethernet down here, run that through, and then get a camera marked up down here, run another connection to get everything connected, and we should be good to go. I think there's another Ethernet cable around here somewhere. It's probably on the other side, but anyway, that's what we're gonna do. Then we gotta focus on the door. Hey folks, my apologies. I haven't been recording, but we were able to drill through here and get the cable connected and got the intercom set up, and this thing unlocked once and then it won't do it again. It looks like the lock is going too fast, so like if I hit it right now, see, that's not enough time to keep that disengaged. So I'm taking apart this just to see if there's a delay or a time or something like that that I can change, just to see what's going on with this thing. I'm looking here and then gonna go to the machine that's on the other side. As you can see, we ran the cable through, and that is going to be a pain to try and run the cable through here. So I'm probably going to put another piece of conduit right up under here and run my cable to get to there. And I'm wondering if the key or anything like this, I don't know. We're learning as we go. Alright folks, I am drawing a blank on this one. I was able to look up the model, and of course those models don't exist anymore. So trying to find a manual, then also for the solenoid that's inside of there that engages the lock. They don't make that one anymore either. A replacement I found, but it's out of stock. It's for $40. To try and buy a new one, they're trying to charge like $400 to $800. We're not doing that. Plus, we wouldn't even get it in here in time. So, pretty much gonna work on something else right now. I was asked after we got the camera down here, they said there was another camera that was supposed to be down here and wanted to know if I was going to get that one working. I don't recall seeing one. Said it was his office in this direction. So I want to be respectful of the Masons. I don't really know much about the Masons, so I don't know if I'm supposed to be here or show pictures or nothing. So that part I don't know, so I'm going to turn this back. But they wanted to know that there was supposed to be a camera down here somewhere. They wanted to know if I was going to hook that one back up. I don't recall seeing it. Because they said Vince's office and then one to the left. Don't recall. I mean, I changed out one camera already. Oh, and I gotta go back and tack down the wires up there. I need to get some stuff to wire tacks. That's what I was trying to say. Couldn't even speak. That in place to hold that wire for the access point that's down there. That's fine. I don't recall seeing anything. I mean, because we did that one. Because he said the office was right there and went to the left. So we got that. And that was a new one that we just did. And there was a camera that I took that down. I don't recall seeing another camera here. I wonder if that's the one they're talking about. And I don't know exactly who Amy was talking about. But, and we got that one. So we got a camera looking in this direction, got one looking in here. Other thing I need to focus on is we need to put the cameras in this, we need to put the cameras in this corner outside. So we gotta see a way to engage the lock here. How are we gonna do this? I mean, there's a path. If we did something right there, that's more for a sensor. If they had an electronic lock that was small like that, that would work. Because I think the other ones I have won't work in place. And we also got to drill a hole in the wall to do an ultra out here. And that's going to be hard to do. Because there is, I mean, that goes straight into this. That is going to be very difficult to do. And even if we did it on this side. But like I said, we're going to probably put a camera looking down in this direction. Was looking at putting another camera here, but if we do one there, I guess I wanted to put one right here that will look, and we still may, because if we get into the ceiling, we could put it high enough. We want it over here so somebody can't reach over here and grab it. But man, let me see what they're talking about from a camera standpoint, and then see what else we can do. Other thing I forgot that I can do now that Amy is gone, is finish trying to do this front door. And I need to cut a hole so I can reach over and grab the cables, run that down the wall, and all that other fun stuff. I'll do that. All right, folks, I am tired. This is what we got so far. We got that done. We got the cable ran. Got to close that up. We got the magnet held, but the door is locked. So I think just from looking at this, it's not close enough. I mean, it's too close. So either I'm going to have to pull this off and put a piece of metal so that the magnet can stick farther away from here, or open up a hole here so that the door can sit a little bit further in, so that it has enough placement for the metal bar to be there. I don't know how in the world I missed that. I mean, it'll still work. I mean, I got all the cables and everything in place and all that other stuff. So the other thing is possible is maybe find a thinner piece of this and make something myself. But again, I don't have enough time to do all that. Also going back, I got to do some research when I get to the hotel room to figure out what's going on with a replacement on that solenoid in that door. I might have to, on my own expense, come back up here. I don't know how I'm going to be able to come back up here, though, because it's going to be tight, because my daughter comes back to me the first Saturday of the month. She has her black belt stuff. The day after that, I go on my cruise for a vacation. Then the week after that is Christmas. So that's going to be really, really tight unless I come right back up here right after playing for Fifth Sunday and come right back up here. But I still need to find a replacement for that lock, because that lock looks like it's 20 some odd years old or something. There's no manual on it or anything, but I need to do some research to see if I can find a replacement. But I'm tired. All I've had was some crackers and Coke Zero. That's all I've had today. So, and there goes my blood sugar thing. I'm trying to see what it says. Oh, it's saying it hasn't had a signal. I don't know why. I've been right beside my phone. Anyway, it is 5:16 right now. We've been working for literally almost 11 hours straight. So we did get a lot of stuff done. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 door locks in place. I got 4 more I need to do. We got the extra camera, the extra access point done. I need to tack down the cables. I'll go to the store tomorrow to get some metal and some other stuff for that. Tacks to do that. Then that will be done. The extra camera is done. I still have no idea what extra camera they were talking about. Work tomorrow to get the cameras outside done. And then I need to figure out how I'm going to do that camera right above the steps. I might not be able to, just because I need to figure out something. But mainly, we tried to do the best we can with the door. I already explained that to Amy, and she understands that. But the main thing is if we can get the cameras in place, and just like downstairs, that door, I need to figure out an alternative that will work for the door, because it's just so much stuff there without fabricating something new. That's going to be a little problematic to try and figure out. But the joys of all this other stuff. What else we got? I guess I need my coat. What else? I felt like this was something. My bridge is feeling looser and looser the more and more I talk. So I have something awesome I'm gonna have to do when I get back. Other thing is I probably work Friday or whatever on putting a lock on it. Well, see, that's a deadbolt. Well, no, it's not. That would work. Yeah, this would work. So maybe look at putting another reader right here for this so that the whole office will be locked down as well. But that's what we got so far. And most likely, if I'm not able to sleep or if I wake up early again, we'll be back here early because we only got 2 more days. Thursday, Friday. Like I said, we need to put 2 of the cameras outside. That's what we need to do. Because we kind of had to take a L on the door. The intercom is running, and I need to log back in and say that one is not working. Leave a message on that one. Figure out something else that we can do as well. Anyway, let me head back to the hotel, and we'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. One more thing I forgot. I had got the replacement for this, and me walking out the door, I remember that's in a box that I left unopened on the desk. I need to replace that because this was temporary, because this one was messed up, so I had to jump this through. So I got a new one that would completely replace this. So probably I should do that first thing in the morning when I'm here before anybody gets here. But that's everything we got. More work. Yay!